All right, another full roof inspection today. So this was just supposed to be a quick 2-minute once over. You know, usually on these, the punch list is going to be something like, hey, seal 10 nails and maybe fix a cap or something. Yeah, so this is less than a month old. So let's start from one end and walk our way to the other. First things first, brand new shingle. And you can tell that the tabs are broken off, so they sealed it together. Yeah, that flies. Yep, silicone fixes everything. A bit of a defect here, nothing major. But they got a bad bundle. And the issue here is nothing major, just some offset teeth. Nothing I would have forced them to fix. But since we're complaining about footfall, a lot of mechanical damage, that's from boots when it's too hot outside and they don't know how to walk it or wear the proper boots. Which of course tells us that we've got OC. So that's a whole nother issue. But nothing major. More footfall, wide gap, cut. Didn't do anything good for the valley there. Matter of fact, yeah, just look at that on both sides. Yep, so that's just gonna force the water leak. And then you know, hey, you're not supposed to have these lined up like this. Nope. More footfall. This shingle overlaps too far. This shingle doesn't do enough. This one is particularly interesting. They cut in a 2-inch piece of shingle because they fell so short. They fell a 1/2 inch short, realized their mistake, and cut in a 2-inch piece. Can't make this stuff up. That is the only good looking boot on this whole site. Minor footfall damage, nothing major. Brand new cap, look at that, smashed in. Why? Well, that's where they put their 2 hands to force it down. So yeah, footfall, just the whole way down. Eventually I just stopped marking it. Dent in the box vent. Brand new cap brought out here. Good securement there. Yep. It's already a damaged cap. There's dents all over it. I'm not even positive they used a new one. Yeah. So, first off, look at that shingle. Look at how it's cut in there. That's how we found it. Yep. There's another one like that. There's 3 of them like that. Alright, not the worst pipe boot. Not correct, but not the worst. This one, they cut the wrong ring. And so they cut it for a size larger. So now we've got a gap. You can actually see the felt through that corner. Well, the center point, or the low point of the gutter is right here. It's a shame that the only drain for this is 7 feet away. Which brings us over to this section. Alright, decent length, no downspout. Alright, it drains into this piece. Okay, well, that's a horrible hand cut that's just sealed together. Still no drain. Horrible hand cut. Still no drain. Ponding water. Because there's our low point, the center of this section, which doesn't even have a downspout. Another cut there, another cut there. They have screws coming up from the bottom, pointed upward. on top of that bad cut. So that's a guaranteed leak for the entire life of it. Still no drain, still no drain. Get all the way down to the end there, and there's a drain. About 10 feet of run from the low point for this whole length. I mean, there should have been a drain on the opposite corner if they were going to run this long of a distance. But no matter how you look at it, that's going to be the low point. And the reason why is because that section of roof faces just, or it ends, where it ends is just a little bit lower than that section of roof. So no matter what you did, you could raise that up higher, and you can see from where the straps are that these straps, in respect to the drip edge, sit an inch lower, but it doesn't matter because that section of roof sits about 1.5 inches to 2 inches lower. No matter how much they raise that gutter section, it's going to drain. You can see that there's notches cut out of the drip edge from where the old gutter was, despite the fact that they were going to replace this gutter. And looky here, get another one. So now hit the wrong button. There's another exposed fastener. There's another exposed fastener. I don't know why I just accidentally switched colors. It wasn't on purpose. Too wide of a gap. Too wide of a gap. Bad cut. Bad cut's all the way up, really. Here's one that I really like that I found. So, where are my H fasteners in this whole section? But on top of that, that's not starter. That's a shingle that's spun around. Now, let's assume that you're using the old method. You don't know any better because you haven't learned anything in 30 years. And you're still taking a laminate shingle and using it for waste, despite the fact that this was something you did with 3-tab. Now, let's assume that's something you still do instead of buying actual starter like you're supposed to since, 2000. Actually, honestly, before that. Let's assume you're still using your field shingle. What you would do is you would cut off the bottom half, the 3-tab portion, and then spin it around so that sealing strip was against the edge. Then you would nail it there. Instead, they nailed it back 6 inches, put the wrong side that way so that there's no seal on it whatsoever. Even if there was a seal on it, it wouldn't matter because it's Owens Corning, so the seal is on the bottom side. So you couldn't even use the field shingle for that unless you were to, flip it over. And just to kind of top it all off, on top of looking at this garbage all day, not only did they not fasten the starter where they should have, they didn't fasten the shingles where they should have. They didn't fasten the drip edge as much as they should have or where they should have. So all that's wrong. Every rake on this whole roof is wrong. More exposed fasteners. Just you can pretty much sum up the whole roof with exposed fasteners. Mechanical damage. Exposed fasteners. Another bad rake. Bad, 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 bad. Mechanical damage. Bad, bad. Hey, look, one good one. Wrong exposure. Wrong exposure. There's a lot of that wrong exposure across this whole roof. You can see it if you look up. It might be hard to see from this angle. I'll do a side view as well. If you look at the sides there, you'll notice about every 5th row, the exposure is shrunk down 1 inch or 1.5 inches too far. This entire roof on this side.